Welcome back to Great Day, Louisiana, everyone. Take a look at your screens right now. Did you know that almost 8 million people suffer from some type of mental illness? And with May being Mental Health Awareness Month, all throughout the next couple of weeks, we're going to be helping you learn a little bit more on why we should take care of our mental health. I'm out here at Avenues Recovery Center because they're going to be sharing a lot of great information with us throughout the month. Joining me now to talk all about some great things here at Avenues Recovery Center is the Executive Director. Please help me welcome Matthew Engler. Hello, my good sir.
Hey, hello. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning, especially to talk about mental health, because I know how important it is. For people who may not know how important it is, tell us why mental health should be a part of our overall health care.
So mental health is real. Mental health diagnoses really affect real people, and they're likely as close as your family. For a very long time, I think that would maybe found itself in the margin of what healthcare is. But there are a couple of things that we could really say about it. The symptoms are real, the impact is real, and there's really a treatment that has a real solution.
It's so true. And what's interesting is that since you all are a recovery center here at Avenues, there's a connection between mental health and substance abuse. What is that connection?
To me, they're really tied at the hip. We would never really be able to determine what came first. Did mental health issues create an addictive issue in someone, or did the addiction create the mental health issue? So there is an absolute fact. No matter which one came first, one definitely makes the next worse.
I completely agree with that. And let's talk a little bit about some of those mental illnesses. What are some that can lead to a possible substance abuse problem?
So probably one of the most common is depression. Depression can really make someone feel that they're hopeless. They maybe don't have the energy to get up and work through their life, and that can turn dysfunctional for them. So the drugs can and do act as a coping mechanism for the depression. At first, it can really feel like, well, man, this makes me feel better, right? It works. It can then, after that coping mechanism, turn into something they just can't stop. And then there's serious negative consequences.
It's so true, and that's what I find so hard sometimes about talking about mental health. You can't see it all the time. How do you know sometimes if somebody is suffering from mental illness if they're not going to tell you how they're feeling? And unfortunately, like we were talking about just moments ago, sometimes that mental illness can lead into a substance abuse problem. But luckily, there are services available to help people who may be suffering from a substance abuse problem, like Avenues Recovery Center. Talk to me a little bit about how you help people.
So we really like to capitalize on the moment when somebody becomes willing, right? They maybe something negative happened, and out of a moment of desperation, they reach out for help, right? It's in that moment that we really want to engage the person. We want to engage. The answer to these diseases is to not just ship somebody off, right? Not just to get them out of you, it's to engage them. So we have a whole team of people who are ready to answer the phone and help do things like navigate your insurance policy, right? Find out what services are covered per your insurance policy so that you can build the plan and your loved one can get in immediately, right? It's during that time, they'll go through an assessments process, they'll go through a treatment planning process, and then we'll start to deliver services immediately so that they can start to find the value in the treatment of and the recovery from their mental health and their addiction issue.
I completely agree with you, and you know, obviously many people are struggling with substance abuse. You all just opened a second Avenues Recovery Center. We're standing at the new location in the dining room right now. This is in Covington. For people who are watching out there who may have a problem, who don't know how to tell their loved ones, or who don't know how to accept them themselves, what advice can you offer them?
Don't feel shame. Don't feel shame. The way we get better from this thing is to talk about it. It is to talk about it. It's not a lack of willpower. It's not a moral failing. It's a disease. You are suffering from it right now. And there's people here to help. There is a solution, and give us a call. Give us a call, and you can be as part of one of the innumerable amount of people who have successfully completed the program and are living a good, sober, healthy life.
No, it's true. It all starts with a conversation like the one we just had this morning. Matthew, thank you so much for joining us this morning to talk about why mental health and substance abuse can have a connection. And look, if you are one of those people who may have a substance abuse problem, the good news is Avenues Recovery Center is now accepting new patients. They have 2 locations, one in Metairie and this new one right here in Covington. You're seeing the addresses on your screen. If you feel like this may be you or someone you know, make sure you call their admissions call center. That number is 504-608-5060, because don't forget, here at Avenues Recovery, you can live life of recovery that lasts. Now stay right there, everyone, because a lot more happening this month with Avenues when we talk about Mental Health Awareness Month. So tune in next week to find out what we're talking about next.